Alright lads, December 12th, AJ versus Pulev. Andy Joshua takes on Kubrat Pulev. Unified World Heavyweight title. This is AJ's mandatory for the IBF. This fight's been talked about. This fight has been 3 years in the making. Basically. Over 3 years now actually. Because lest we forget, Pulev was the IBF mandatory in 2017. And he was meant to take on AJ in Cardiff in October 2017, and with like 2 weeks to go, I think it was 2 weeks, he pulled out with an injury. We got Takam. Takam was actually, game, and I think actually, to be honest with you, Takam might have given AJ a tougher fight than Kubrat Pulev would have. That was 3 years ago, so you know where I'm going with this. You know where I'm going with this anyway. But it didn't happen. Pulev got back into a mandatory position, and now he's mandatory again. They're fighting. Well, they were meant to fight in June of this year in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We all know that didn't happen. We all know that wasn't going to happen. We'll leave it there. But we're going to get this fight now. Actually, to be honest with you, I genuinely didn't think we'd get AJ at all in 2020. Not because of, what's going on in the world. No, but because I genuinely thought that AJ really wanted this homecoming. And he really wanted this homecoming with fans. And I really did think he'd put the homecoming off until we could get fans in attendance. But I'm assuming, in one sense, he just wants to get rid of these mandatory obligations. And as well as that, he'd be out of the ring at the time of year. This is the longest stretch of inactivity AJ will have ever had, certainly as a pro. So he probably just wants to get in there, get this fight out of the way, and move on. Now, let's look at both guys' records, okay? So both guys have only one loss, respectively, on their record, okay? Now, Kubrat Pulev's loss is to Vladimir Klitschko. Lost in November 2014 to Klitschko. I remember that fight very well. I remember thinking that fight would be competitive at the time. I was picking Klitschko to win, but I didn't think it'd be the performance that Klitschko had. There's some little notes to take about that when you look at Pulev though. But he got absolutely smashed to pieces by Klitschko, got knocked out badly with a left hook. I mean, that was probably... It's ironic. That's the last time we really saw Klitschko at his best. Because when you look at him after, he fought Jennings, he fought Fury, he fought AJ. That's literally, that night was the last of the Klitschko. After that, it was kind of a slightly deteriorating Vladimir Klitschko. That was Kubrat Pulev's sole loss. AJ's sole loss, of course, to Andy Ruiz. AJ was able to avenge that loss in the rematch. But still, both guys have taken a loss. Now, when I look at both guys, right? I look at AJ, and I think that since he lost Andy Ruiz, he's adapted this style of... And to be fair, we saw snippets of this against Alexander Povetkin, where he is just not wanting to engage. He is just moving around the ring. He's boxing behind the jab. He's picking his shots whenever he needs to. And he's just winning the fight, either on points or when the opportunity presents itself, then he's going for the KO. That style we kind of start to see get kind of drilled in AJ a little bit in the Ruiz fight. He didn't use it at all, or not in the Ruiz fight. We've seen it in the Povetkin fight. He didn't use it at all in the first Ruiz fight. I think he just got... Look, when he hurt Ruiz, or he dropped Ruiz that left hook, he went for it, and he engaged with a man who was better on the inside, much quicker hands. That was a mistake, okay? AJ learned from that. He didn't engage Ruiz at all in the rematch. He's boxing with this new style. I think Kubrat Pulev is the sort of fighter that don't want to have a boxing match with him. Because if you look at Kubrat Pulev, what does he do? He loves little nitty gritty fiddly fights where there's not much happening, and he can control it with his jab. For my money, Kubrat Pulev has the best jab in the heavyweight division. Alright, it is a very, very powerful punch. It's very sharp, it's very accurate. It rocked Vladimir Klitschko. His legs done a little dance when he took one of those jabs early on in their fight. He's dropped people with the jab. He's bashed people's face up with the jab. I mean, the minute he landed a jab on Hughie Fury in their fight, obviously Hughie Fury I think had a pre-existing scar tissue, but still it opened the scar tissue fairly quickly. And opened the cut with Hughie Fury. Kubrat Pulev has a fantastic jab. He's a good long-range boxer. He's a very good long-range boxer. He is a big man. He is quite physically strong. We've seen him employ clinching a lot since the Klitschko loss. The things about Kubrat Pulev that worry me are, firstly, his age. He is now 39 years old. The level of competition he's fought subsequent to his Klitschko loss, and that's 6 years ago now, has been very poor. I mean... The best win on his resume is Derek Chisora. And for my money, Alexander Usyk done a better job on Chisora than Kubrat Pulev did. After that, you would say the next best win would probably be Hughie Fury. And then if you look at the rest of his record, it's really a who's he. It's not a who's who, it's a who's he. He fought Sam Peter. Sam Peter is ancient. He's as old as dirt. He fought Kevin Johnson. Who else did he fight? He fought that Rydell Broker. I think he fought someone else as well in the middle. They haven't been great opponents. You know, they really haven't. I mean, when I look at Pulev's resume over the last few years, I mean, God only knows how he ever got the mandatory shot in the first place. Because he got it by beating Hughie Fury, but still, the level of opposition has been very, very poor. Very poor. And he's going in there with AJ, where, in my opinion, he's a little bit removed from his best. With AJ, we don't know. There's still question marks. But he's still, if he's not in his prime, he's closer to it than Kubrat Pulev. AJ, for my money, he's not going to want to box Kubrat. He might box him early on in like the first round just to get a feel. He's just probably take it easy in the first round, work behind the jab, see what he's dealing with. I think Kubrat Pulev will like that. I think Kubrat Pulev will take AJ's jab away in the first round, and that will really make AJ probably have a look and reassess. He'll probably have to stop and think, you know what, this guy is fiddly. He can take my jab away. He's got a very powerful jab. I'm going to need to bring this fight to the inside. Now, if Anthony Joshua does that, Kubrat Pulev hasn't got a hope in hell. He is getting knocked out within the first 3 rounds. If AJ brings this to the inside, Kubrat Pulev cannot fight on the inside. He's no inside game to speak of whatsoever. AJ throws good hooks on the inside, has very good uppercut on the inside. AJ can fight quite well on the inside. He can fight quite well on the outside too, but don't underestimate his inside game. Alright, and he's powerful on the inside, and he's strong on the inside. So, if Anthony Joshua decides to do that, which I think he will, I can see this fight going. AJ coming out cautious in the first round, working behind the jab, realising how fiddly Pulev is, and realising that potentially Pulev could take his own jab away, and knowing that this is a guy who's going to be fiddly, he's going to be awkward, he's going to have a chess match, he's going to know, I'm just going to need to engage this guy and see what happens. And if he engages Kubrat Pulev on the inside, I don't see Pulev, you know, counter punching on the front foot like Andy Ruiz. I can't imagine Kubrat Pulev doing that. I can't imagine him catching him with any left hooks on the inside. I think AJ brings this fight to the inside. Kubrat Pulev is finished. He is finished, right? Pulev, he is going to want to try and keep this fight at long range as best he can. He is going to want to hope that AJ doesn't try and bring this fight to the inside, otherwise he's in serious trouble. If he can do that, he could have success. He could fiddle AJ around. He could maybe buzz him, because you don't know what kind of how his punch resistance is going to be, because he wasn't properly tagged in the rematch by Ruiz, so we don't know how his chin is going to hold up. I'm sure Pulev probably has the power to hurt AJ. I say probably, whereas I know AJ definitely has the power to hurt Pulev, right? So that's what Pulev's going to want to do. Having a look at this fight and knowing what I know, obviously, about the two fighters, given their history, there's only one man I'm picking, and I'm picking Anthony Joshua, all right? And I'm picking him by KO, and if you're a betting man, this would be what I would be advising. Between rounds 1 to 4, Anthony Joshua by KO, TKO. If I had to pick a round, I'd say the third. But I cannot see this fight lasting longer than 4 rounds. Seriously, I cannot see this fight going anywhere close to 10 rounds. Or 12. I know it's a scheduled 12 rounds, but even just late in the fight, I can't see it. Can't see it at all. I think AJ is going to steamroll Kubrat Pulev, right? That's literally what I'm thinking. Now, it could be wrong. This fight could go long. Who knows? But as far as I'm concerned, I can see AJ just deciding after the first round, right, let's just go for it, see what happens. And if he goes for it, brings the fight to the inside, Pulev's finished. It's like a fish out of water, he's finished. So those are my thoughts on this. And as well as that, the left hook. And as well as that, I must point out as well, Pulev as well, since the Klitschko loss, he's fought no punchers. Someone will say Sam Peter, not at this stage in his career, no. He's fought no big punchers. This will be the biggest puncher he's fought since Klitschko. Alright, the minute he takes a hard shot from AJ, I'm not saying Pulev's chin is terrible or anything like that. You know, Klitschko is a tremendous puncher, so when you get knocked out by him, it's not a reflection that you're chinny. But I wonder, will the demons be there? Will the demons of the Klitschko loss be there when he feels AJ's power? Who knows? My prediction, AJ to win, rounds 1 to 4. If I had to pick a round, I'd say the third. That's my prediction for this fight, lads. Let me know yours in the comment section. And I want to know, is anyone picking the upset? Is anyone looking at this fight and thinking, no, Pulev is going to cause the upset. It's going to be him versus Fury for Undisputed next year. Let me know your thoughts and reasons behind that. And yeah, I'd just be interested to know, do you think I'm selling Pulev short? Leave it on in the comment section. Lads, if you could, please smash the like button. Hope you all enjoyed it. You know, hashtag King of Ripped Jeans. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Love that one. Always that. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks the best. pop that in the comment section if you want. But big up to all you guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope you're having a great day. And if you're not, I hope it gets better. Big up to all you guys. I'll talk to you. Peace.